talk about technology, I mean, clearly technology is progressing at a very rapid pace. The question we need to ask is, how does this technology, how does the progress of this technology help humans? And what our foundation, what we've tried to build, what we're doing, is to build this concept of a global health service, whereby there are doctors and teams that have a certain knowledge, but the patients may be in a different country, in a different continent altogether, that need that knowledge, to benefit from that knowledge. How do we use technology to bridge that gap and bring the knowledge from one geographic location to the people that need it? And the example that we used of this was last year when we did a complex operation, conjoint twin separation, between the teams in Rio and London, and virtual reality played a big part. These operations are quite complex and require a lot of planning, and a lot of steps need to be taken, but what's important is the steps are taken in the right fashion. You do this part of the operation first, you pause, you let the children recover, you do this part. So this whole process is quite a long process that can take a few months. Where virtual reality really helped was we were able to put the models of these children's brains and their heads in the virtual theatre. The team in Rio came into the virtual theatre, the team in London came into the virtual theatre. For one of the sessions I was at home and my team was in the hospital, so I wore the virtual reality goggles in my study at home. And then we were in the same space and we were talking about the strategy. We'll do it like this. If we hit this complication, we will change. So the whole planning happened in virtual reality. The execution, we did it, I flew to Rio and we did the execution, but the execution was made much easier and safer because of all the simulation that we've done in virtual reality. So technology has a big part to play in global healthcare, but we really, as a global community, need to be thinking about this global health service, this concept of how do we make information, knowledge asymmetries less using technology. If you look at knowledge as an entity, you know, most of the time, people that have knowledge are very happy to share it. It's not the barrier is not people don't want to share the knowledge. Okay, that may happen in a small proportion of cases, but by and large, people that have knowledge are very happy to share that knowledge for where it's needed. Okay, that's one part of the equation. The other part of the equation is we have large areas of the planet where we have patients, we have children that need that knowledge, that need that support services, but the knowledge and the experience is not available locally. So you've got this dichotomy on the planet of knowledge is here, here is where it's needed. And that's where technology comes in, but the thinking has to be along those platforms. So the thinking has to be, okay, as a country in Portugal, we've got a national health service that takes care of the people of Portugal. It's a service that works and people think like that. What we need to be able to do as a global community is say, okay, we do it in our countries, how do we do it on a global platform? How do we make sure that any child born craniopagus that needs our experience, it doesn't matter where that child is, where that family is, we will deliver, we will help them and share our knowledge with them. And that is the thrust of what we're trying to do with the technology we have.